All right. 3, 2, 1. Hello and welcome back to Before Our Friends Die Pod on the akhi&saltfish digital network. You're joined by me, Kavam.
Me, Rash.
And we are back with a very, very special episode. This is a bonus episode where we get to know Brendon from Mental Coffee NN. So before we get stuck in, obviously make sure you follow Mental Coffee NN. And listen, I'm not being funny. If you've been listening for this long, you know what the first question is. So Rachel, over to you.
Who has the most potential that you know?
Whoa, sorry, Brendon. Don't want to stop there, but that's not the first question, bro.
That was the question, bro.
The first question is, who's the richest person in your phone book?
No, it wasn't. Oh, I've got the wrong.
That's always our first question, yeah.
Is it?
Who's the richest person in your phone book, Brendon?
Oh, okay, cool.
Oh, that's
I'm not even going to cut that.
Yeah, we'll roll with it. It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, who's the richest person in my phone
You don't
book?
have to say names, but you can tell them what they do,
Yeah.
etc. What car they drive.
Okay, so
It looks like you look like you know someone. You just don't want to say
yeah.
it.
It's not legal, basically.
So I'm working in sales now, and I work in sales for an exhibition company who design and create exhibition stands for big companies. So the owner of
I feel like I know that firm, you know. But I
it's
won't say
Nim-
easy.
I'll say it now because I'm proud to work there, and they'll be happy I shared it. But Nimlock, and they're an incredible company, and they've been really helpful in my mental health. I think that's important to have people. But yeah, I'd probably say the owner of one of those companies who, let's say, gets a helicopter into these events to see how it's going, and then helicopters out. So yeah, it's pretty mad. I'd like to say we're friends, but I'm creating stuff in really.
If he's in your phone book, that's a valid answer. So
Yeah,
or if they're in your phone book, I should say.
Yeah. I've just got a picture of you landing at Bewitch with a helicopter.
Stay humble.
So the first/second question: who has the most potential that you know?
So, potential-wise, I mean, I'm a bit biased because I'm just gonna gas her up now, but my partner I've known for a long time. I've known her since year 7 in school. Like how long ago was that? I don't know.
Too long.
And I met her. So I met her in year 7, but I moved school, so I was at another school in Northampton and moved to the one I'm at now. I'm not at school now. But unfortunately stopped speaking to her at that time. But the funny thing is she contacted me because she needed to speak to somebody mentally. So she was like, I know you run this, and I was like, let's have a chat. And one thing led to another, and me and her have probably bounced off each other. So I'd say she has the most potential to be one of the smartest, hardworking, kind, loving people ever. And I'm slowly, trying to help her realize what sort of person she is and get her out of her shell. And once she gets there, she's gonna really show people.
Bro, do you know what I've got to say? I don't think we've had such a genuine, heartfelt answer before on the podcast. I mean, I don't remember every single person's answer, but that one specifically struck me. I think one of our guests, Jerome, he said his dog. So when you compare the two answers, yeah, Brendon, you smashed it out the park, man. So love to hear that.
You got brownie points as well.
Yeah. Okay, who's the most influential person you know?
Absolutely my mum, man. Absolutely. Like, she has, no matter what life throws at me, no matter what, from I'd like to remember the day I was born, but from the day I was born up until now, no matter what's happened, she has always guided me in the right way. She's always never told me what to do, but just guided me and said, if you do that, I'll support you. But the influence she puts onto me, seeing how hard she works for her career, how kind she is to her partner who was also struggling mentally, without ever judging anybody, she's just that constant. And yeah, she is the most influential person in my life, and I look up to her immensely.
Love that. Thank you.
Next question. You are at your best when you are...
Fill in the blank.
Ooh. I would say when I'm at my best when somebody tells me I can't do something. The second somebody says, oh, you won't be able to do that by this age, or oh, you can't get that job, or you won't be able to afford that thing, that sets some sort of like fire inside me that makes me become this, you know, this mentality beast that just will not stop until, you know, I've done that thing. So I'll probably say I'm at my best when, you know, I've had somebody doubt me. I feel like it turns me in a very good way, not like a negative way, but turns me into a person that I'd always want to be, very like switched on, focused, and like set on that goal.
If I can ask a little follow up to that one, two things. One's a comment, one's a question, I suppose. The first thing is, you can't get me a ride in that helicopter. Just putting that one out there.
Yeah.
Second thing is, in what way has that manifested itself in your real life? So, you know, you said when people say to you, you can't get that thing or you can't do this thing, what sort of things has that led you to do or to get?
Yeah, of course. So I've just set goal, and some of these, you know, is everybody has a different meaning of what is success. So this is just my success.
Yeah.
But I said to myself, I wanted to own a house at the age of 21. Family, friends, people around me, no, you won't be able to do that. It's unrealistic. You can't do that. Like it costs so much, which it does. So I'm not like undervaluing that. But the second somebody said you won't be able to do that, that made me put in the hours of work, overtime, you know, doing whatever I possibly could do. I was running a design business on the side, and, you know, I was doing whatever I possibly could do to attain that goal. So yeah, it just made me work hard and come to the end of being 21. It was right in that last month, but yeah, I happily bought a house.
Much good.
Congratulations, man. That is massive.
Sick.
And it's good as well to be, you know, so young in our lives, but also know what your drivers are. It's really important. Life is difficult to get through at the best of days, but if you know what drives you and what pushes you, you can make things a little bit easier.
Absolutely.
Okay. One thing you never regret doing, and just for context, that can be one event that you're never ever going to regret, or it could be one thing you do consistently that you never regret doing.
I guess just relating it back, you can never ever regret being kind to people. Doesn't matter who it is, you know, what background they come from, where they're from, who they are, what age they are, you know, whatever's gone on in their life, being kind to someone is something that's so easy to do. You might not ever see that person again in your life, and, you know, you can walk away from that conversation, and that person might remember that one comment you made for the rest of their life. So making that a good comment is, you know, something to, you know, I'll never regret, you know, asking somebody how they are, or say, you know, complimenting them or saying something nice. So it's just something I'll never regret.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Oh, this one's a hard one, because some people like to live in the present and just see themselves where they are now. But I wouldn't say see myself, but I just hope that as many stresses as possible are gone, and I'm just happy with my partner and the cats. The cats are important.
Shout out the cats.
Yeah. So yeah, just happy, man. That's all. I you know, money's not a thing. This isn't a thing. It's just happiness. That's all I want. So in 5 years, that's where I hopefully see myself.
Yeah, I was just thinking in 5 years we're all going to be 30.
Yeah,
I just want to put it in there. Big 3-0.
Boy, just out of interest, what the cat's called?
So, well, there's a couple. I'm going to go through mine and Caitlin. So, I live in my own house at the moment. Caitlin, I've been with, you know, it's only coming up to a month, but I've known her a while. But I've got a cat called Albie. So Albie, which comes from Albus, which is again a nerdy thing, Harry Potter.
Right, okay.
And then Caitlin has 3 cats at home, which are hers, which is Cassie, Coco. Oh my god, she's gonna kill me. And Willow.
That's a long name.
And Willow. Willow's the old one.
You know, Willow sounds old. You didn't even have to say that. I knew Willow was old. I just had a vibe. Yeah. Last question. Sorry, I keep coughing on this. all our listeners, I apologise. I keep coughing on the mic. Yeah? Advice you now. So, Brendon, advice you now would give to yourself 10 years ago.
Oh, again, these questions are quite. They make you think a lot. I would just say, stop stressing. Just stop stressing. Like, as in,
I think I answered the same thing. You know,
life happens no matter what. Like, you're gonna hopefully wake up the next day and things will be okay. So I think just stop stressing about things as much as you do. So it's okay things are stressful. You will stress sometimes, but don't deep it too much. You know, it's going to be okay. One thing I say to people is when you're sat in traffic, you have two choices to make. You either get stressed about being sat in traffic, or you take it as a chance to put your favorite song on, start singing in the car, start vibing to whatever you want, get some Drake on. You know what I mean? You know, you have two options there. You either start vibing or you start stressing about the traffic. Like, no matter what, you're still sat there. You can't change what's in front of you. You're still going to be sat there. So why not be happy whilst you're sat there rather than, you know, shouting at the car in front of you?
I have a really similar perspective about rain. So this all stems from Twitter, right? To open my mind on this one. When we were children, whenever it rained, you couldn't have playtime. Playtime was locked off.
Yeah.
And then you grow up to be an adolescent, and you don't want to go outside and ruin your shoes or ruin your trainers, whatever, in the rain. And then I'm an adult, and I don't want to go on a walk when it's raining, or I don't want to walk the dog when it's raining, or whatever the case when it's raining. And actually, this tweet said, whenever it's raining, just tell yourself good. It's raining, good. Because for so long you've told yourself it's raining. This plan's out the window. I can't do this. I can't do that. This is an inconvenience. And if you flip that mindset, no, it was raining today as I was walking to my car, which, by the way, if you knew where I lived, it's about 4 miles away. And and I just thought, yeah, enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Enjoy the rain. Because for so long we've been told not to enjoy it. And we live in England. If I lived in Miami, or if I lived in, I don't know, Brazil, and it was raining, all right, maybe I'd be a bit upset. But I live in England. I've got to get over it. I've got to learn how to cope with it and see the positives in it. So like you say, when you're in traffic, which again happens if you live in certain areas of Northampton, I won't name any areas in particular, but it happens. So enjoy it, embrace it, and find the positive. And particularly if there is one, like a new Drake album or a game you can play. No, don't play games.
You don't play games while driving.
don't take driving advice from me, please. But yeah, I don't know. A mental game. I mean, like Sudoku or something.
I think the new what is it? Teslas. They have games.
Yeah.
But imagine, you can do that.
I'm not plugging, but I have one, and it's sick.
You got a Tesla?
Yeah.
What? So can you play games where you stand still?
Yeah. So if you're stand still, and you put it in park, then you can load up Sonic or whatever. And literally start
Whoa!
Is it true about the what's it called? The Mario Kart?
Yeah. So it's not actual Mario Kart, but it's a racing game. It's called like Beach Buggies or something. But you can use the steering wheel to.
These guys, what? That's cool, you know.
It's not called Mario Kart. It's called Mark's Buggy.
Hey, Mark's Buggy.
Yeah. Bro, that sounds sick.
But yeah.
Yeah, Teslas are pretty cool, innit?
Yeah, sick.
Have you got the ludicrous mode?
Nah. So I've got the Model 3, just like the standard one. But yeah,
love that.
It's so nice, man.
So that brings a whole new meaning to the tweet I referenced earlier in terms of batteries being charged or not charged. You know all about batteries being charged and not charged. So if you need to take advice from anyone, take it from Brendon. So really appreciate that, Brendon. It's been great to have you on and great to feature you last week as well. So thanks so much for your time and for your energy and for, your honesty
hard
as
work
well.
As well, man.
Yeah, and your hard work, like I say. December 10th, Bewitched, Northampton, Moulton Park. Any other things? What time is it?
Have we got time yet?
So it's usually 10:30 a.m., but just keep checking socials just to make sure. And it's just for an hour. But if you want to drop in at 11 and stay for 5 minutes and then go, like, that's cool. It's all on your terms, but I'm going to be there for that hour, and you can pop in or stay for the whole hour if you want. Or it's all up to you.
There you go. 10:30 a.m. Bewitched, Northampton, 10th of December. Mental Coffee NN on Instagram and other social media platforms as well. And there we have it pretty much. That's Brendon. And thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, man.
If you enjoyed that, please don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, all those wonderful things. We are at Before Our Friends Die on... Well, let me get that again. At Before Our Friends Die Pod on Instagram, as well as akhi&saltfish on Twitter and Instagram too. So make sure you check us out. Get involved in the conversation. If you've got any questions or comments, please email akhi&saltfish@gmail.com. I've been Kavan.
I've been Rash.
And this has been Before Our Friends Die. See you later.
Thanks, Brendon, man.
Thank you.
Smashed it.
Bro, that was amazing. Thank you very much. Really enjoyed that.